In the name of Allah, the most compassionate, the most merciful, I saw an advertisement which impressed me a lot. And the advertisement was that a poor lady, she works at a house, in a house. One day she took along her daughter who is 8 9 years old and doesn't go to school. When she entered that house, she asked her daughter to sit at this seat and not to move. That woman gets busy in the house chorus while the girl looks upon another room from while sitting at that spot. This room was actually a library. She goes there and she touches certain books. Then she saw a lady, a kind hearted landlord lady who was the owner of that property. She asked the girl, "What's your name?" She detailed the name, and the lady wrote her name beautifully on a piece of paper, called her, and asked her to read it. She said, "I'm not literate, I'm illiterate." Replied that kind hearted lady that now you will read. She took the she sponsors the education of that girl, and the girl grows and she becomes a doctor. She was a talented, intelligent girl. She became a doctor, and then this lady was admitted in a hospital, and that girl doctor was treating her. She pays, the lady pays, but replies that doctor lady that you have done a lot good with me. I am doctor because of you. Whether the story is true or not, but the lesson is very much true. Still, there is another very true story, and that is what happened somewhere in a western country. A, a boy, a hungry boy, knocks a door, and instead of asking for the food, asks for a glass of water. The lady, realizing that maybe the boy is hungry, she gave him a glass of milk filled with the milk. Upon receiving a glass of milk, he feels very happy and drinks it, says thanks, and goes away. The true story says that he was a student, a poor student. He studies very hard and becomes a doctor, becomes a very competent doctor. Then that lady who provided him with a glass of milk, she was admitted in a hospital where this man, who is a doctor now, was treating the patients. She treats her, and her bill was very high. She said, "I will not be able to pay that. It's too high." And but replies that doctor that you have already paid it. You have already paid it with a glass of milk. So I think that it is very much true that whatever goes around comes around. Whatever goes around comes around. Whatever we sow, so shall we reap. It is true. It's very much true. And I think that we should be trying to do good with each and everyone else. Wherever we can, we shouldn't be stopping that at all. We should not be stopping that at all. And we should do it because we are a human and it is expected from us, and it has been ordained to us by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, by Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, that do good whatever you can. And I think that we should not be reluctant in doing that at all. We should not be reluctant in doing that at all. We should be rather doing it, my dear friends and fellows. I think that if at all we do have one thing in our mind, that I am doing it for the sake of Allah, doing it for the sake of Allah, and I don't need any sort of reward from this man, from this lady. I think it is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who will ensure it that that neki, that good deed of ours is rewarded to us many times, multi times, more than that. I think that we shouldn't be stingy in that at all. It is a simple lesson. The first story about the advertisement, that might not be true, that it isn't true. But the second one, it's a very true one. But it is the truest actually, that whatever goes around comes around. Whatever we sow, so shall we reap. I think that we should start thinking differently. We should start acting differently, for the reason that it is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and not that particular person. It is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who have to pay us, who have to reward us, and whatever, whenever, however Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does it to us, it is known to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We shouldn't be worried about it at all. We need to become patient, because and we need to become assured as well that inshallah Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will definitely reward me for this. I don't have to worry about it at all. And if at all I have spent some of the money, if at all I have spent some of my time and effort, if at all I have used my skills, my knowledge, I think it will be rewarded by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I think that is what we need to do, and that is the kind of attitude which makes us a winner, which makes us a great person. The great person, if at all the world recognizes us as a great person or not, we shouldn't be worried it at all. Simply we need to think how we are going to be treated by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala definitely treat us well.